Alrighty, guys. What is going on, everybody? This is Justin Martinez, aka Jay the Sports Dude, and I'm coming to you all live from my apartment, where hopefully you all are staying at your homes as well, practicing social distancing and staying safe during this pandemic. And I'm here to provide you all with a little bit of entertainment. You know the routine right now if you are a returner to this channel. I've been simulating games for the New Mexico State men's basketball team on NBA 2K20 because why not at this point, guys? That's what we're doing to get some content here. But this is just a chance for you guys to sit down and talk Aggie hoops with me while also watching some Aggie hoops. Now, the normal start time for this, Now, the normal start time for this is at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. Today, we're doing it a little bit early, 5 p.m., because the NFL draft is at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. And I know we are all craving some actual live sports, so I'm sure a lot of you guys are going to be watching the draft. I am planning on watching it too, which is why I am rocking my Detroit Lions jersey. Yes, that's right. I am a Detroit Lions fan. Yeah, not too much else to say about that. But yeah, so we're going to go ahead and get this in an hour early. It's only a 40-minute game, so the hope is that by the time this ends, you guys can just switch the channel right to the NFL draft. You don't have to miss anything. We can get two birds with one stone, guys. But let's go ahead and get into it. A quick recap of what's been going on. New Mexico State is 3-0 right now, and they have been clobbering the competition. The last win came last night, a 98-70 victory over the Oklahoma City Thunder. It was Ivan Adekoechea with 21 points, Johnny McCants with 13, and then both Jabari and Trev with 11. Really well-rounded performance. So well-rounded that I said, you know what, guys, I think it's time to make this a little bit more competitive. I was not expecting for them to be blowing out these teams by so much. So what I went ahead and I did is I just lowered every player's overall by 2 points. Nothing too crazy or drastic, but I think that should be enough to make these games really well-rounded. And if you look at the matchup like against the Spurs, now it's starting to look a lot better where AJ is at about the same level as DeJounte. Jabari has a bit of an edge over Derek White. But like Trev is matched up with DeRozan, Yvonne has a good matchup with Marcus Aldridge. I think now it's perfect to where these guys aren't a little too overpowered. They should be matching up really well with the rest of the league. We'll see what happens. And again, this is kind of just a little bit of trial and error. So if they're still blowing out teams, then, you know, we might have to just raise the difficulty. If they're getting blown out consistently now, then I might raise every player one up overall. But the hope is, since we have 30 games, eventually, hopefully by about a week or so into the season, we will have it to where all the games are close. I appreciate all of you guys for tuning in and bearing with me while we're trying to get all these kinks sorted out. But yeah, that is about it for all the recapping. Let's go ahead and get into this matchup. As I said, you see it right here. I think Trevelyan Queen and DeMar DeRozan is going to be a really interesting matchup. DeMar, more of a mid-range guy. Good finisher at the rim. Trev with the ability to shoot it from deep. And then LaMarcus Aldridge versus Ivan Adekoechea. Ivan is going to have to go out to the free throw line, possibly the three-point line even, to guard LaMarcus because he's a really good stretch big. So we'll see how he fares there. Jokic, when they played against Denver, was going to work on Ivan. So this is going to be another test for him with another mobile big man. A quick look at the jerseys since we're on the road. New Mexico State rocking the black alternate jerseys. San Antonio will be rocking the home whites, and they're almost in sync. They're almost in sync, but not quite. Anyways, yeah, let's go ahead and get started, guys. Appreciate you all for tuning in, like I said. And here is the matchup. Game time.
A quick game of 2K.
Now we can actually turn on the volume. Because as you all know, I'm not trying to get copyrighted with music. How are y'all doing today, though? Hope everybody's doing well, staying safe.
Here to show what's going down.
And if you are tuning in and out for maybe some of the pre-draft coverage, and you missed some of this game, feel free to go back and look at it. I'm posting the unedited version of this entire game on my YouTube channel. It is the Straight Shooter channel. Link is in the description below. So please go ahead and give that a follow. That's where all of my podcast episodes are going to be. That's where interviews with the team are going to be. Everything. So make sure you go and check that out. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into this game, guys. We are on neutral because we are just spectating.
Greg
And it's
Anthony
tip-off
on the
time.
other side.
Alrighty. New Mexico State with the ball first, and we are underway. Great matchup right away here. Yvonne with the fader. Filthy. Filthy. 2-0 New Mexico State. Oh, LaMarcus already working on him. Good defense by Yvonne. Oh, perfect find. Easy bucket. And the Aggies are up 4-0. This is my hometown team here, guys. For those who don't know, San Antonio, Texas. Not a Spurs fan, though. I'm actually a Warriors fan, which I know sounds gross to a lot of y'all. But I just became a fan there when Steph got drafted. I was a big fan of him at Davidson. I haven't been as big of a fan as them the past couple seasons, because once Durant got there, even though I'm a UT alum, just got a little too just overpowers, you know. And for those calling me a bandwagoner, I am a Detroit Lions fan, so I feel like that sort of cancels it out. I became a fan of Detroit in 2008 when they went 0-16, kind of as a joke with my friends. Like on a week-to-week thing, I was like, oh, are they going to win? And I was rooting for them. And I ended up just following them after that. C.T. Howard, I think that's how it's pronounced. But what if Trev gets drafted by the Spurs? That'd be great, man. They have a history of not being afraid of drafting older players. Like, you look at Derek White, he really panned out. He was a 4-year guy at, where is it, Colorado, I think it is, Colorado? Maybe it's somewhere in that state. But yeah, they got him. They're not afraid to draft some of these older guys. And I think, obviously, being in that Spurs system just makes everybody better as a player. So yeah, that'd be a great fit for Trev. He did talk with them already, along with the Clippers, Hawks, Jazz, and Wizards. So we'll see what happens, man. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna become a Spurs fan because Trev goes there, but definitely, wherever he goes, I'm hoping that he has as successful of a career as possible, you know. And that doesn't just extend to Trev, you know. If any of the guys, the other seniors, go overseas or something like that, man, I wish all of them the best for sure. Doesn't have to be the NBA route to have a successful pro career. Already 9-3 New Mexico State. Oh man, are we in for it again tonight, guys? For those that missed the first part, where I was talking before we tipped off here, I did lower the overall of each player on the team for New Mexico State. I lowered their overalls by 2. So now Trev is an 86. Yvonne and Jabari are 84s, so on and so forth. Hopefully to make it more competitive. But already a 9-4 lead for New Mexico State. They are going up against the Spurs, who aren't as good as like Denver, who we just saw last night. But the hope is that makes these games a lot more competitive. If not, we might have to make even more changes. But it's trial and error, you know? Eventually we're going to have it to where all of these games are close. We got 30 games to figure it out. And the playoffs. I'm really excited for the playoffs here, because it looks like New Mexico State's going to make it. So that's going to be single elimination, just like March Madness. Although, of course, only 4 rounds, just like a regular NBA playoffs. 16 teams. Good bucket by Jabbar. What's the NFL fandom looking like in Las Cruces? Because I'm not from here, so. Is it Cowboys fans? Is there some Broncos, I'm guessing? Maybe some Raiders? Guessing like maybe some LA teams or California teams. Because in San Antonio, where I'm from, it's mostly Texans and Cowboys are the two. Cowboys obviously have the edge. You pretty much have to be from Houston to be a Texans fan in that state. CT Howard, mostly Cowboys and Raiders. Yeah, that makes sense. Makes sense. I wouldn't say I was a Cowboys fan before I became a Lions fan, but I did like them. I wasn't really too big into football before I became a Lions fan because it was 2008, so that was 11 years old. The whole family are Cowboys fans, except for a couple family members I have that live in Houston. The Lions got the third pick, so I'm sure they'll find a way to mess it up, per usual. That's the good thing about being a Lions fan, though, man, is that you don't go into anything with expectations. You know, if they win, I'm just like, oh, it's a surprise. You know, it's like found money. You know what I mean? That's sort of the mind state I'm in for football right now, or for the past decade. Now we got a close game, 11-10. Okay. I really genuinely want a down-to-the-wire game. I hope that is tonight. It looked like it was going to be last night. For those who didn't tune in, the game against Denver. Wait, was it Denver? No, Oklahoma City. I'm sorry. Oklahoma City. New Mexico State was only up by, I think, 3 points at the end of the first quarter. And then they outscored. Oh, good rip by Evan. And then they outscored OKC like 23-8 or something like that in the second quarter, and it was just a blowout after that. It ended up being like a 20-point win. Yeah, I didn't like Evan's odds on that on that tip-off. Is that Nikola Mirotic? Huh. Obviously, he's not on the Spurs in real life, but this is 2K, so it looks like they signed him from the free agency pool, even though he's playing overseas right now. I think in Barcelona or Real Madrid, something like that. I think that's where he went. But yeah, apparently the video game Spurs have signed Nikola Mirotic. Why not? He fits well into this system, though. A big man that can shoot. Spurs are so efficient at just those kick-out three-point shots because of the amount of ball movement they get. And then anytime a player leaves San Antonio, unless you're like Kawhi, for the most part, the peak of their career is over at that point. Like Corey Joseph didn't do much once he left. Gary Neal got paid. I think it was by the Bucks. Some team paid him after he had a decent NBA Finals showing. Or was it against the Heat? And then he didn't do much afterwards. Got 4 people on now. trickling in. I'm kind of expecting the numbers to be low these next couple days with the draft, which I don't blame y'all. But I'm here, man. I said I'm gonna do this every day for the next month. That's what I'm gonna do. I don't know what time the draft starts tomorrow and the next day, but if it's the same 6 o'clock time, we'll go ahead and just for this weekend we'll make it 5 p.m. start time for these games, so that way you guys can watch both of them. Let me look that up. Let me see when NFL draft time. Friday's coverage is 7 p.m. Eastern time. So that's 5 o'clock here. Ooh, that's interesting, actually. Let me know in the comments what y'all think we should do then for tomorrow. Tomorrow the draft starts at 5 p.m. I'd imagine 4 is a little too early because some of y'all might still be, on the clock working from home at 4 o'clock. So feel free to leave in the comments what time you think we should start this tomorrow. Or take the day off if that's what you guys want. So if you don't want to miss this. I'll probably put a poll up on Twitter and let you guys choose. Or sound off in the comments here. Because I want to watch the draft too. I'm not going to lie. Especially on Saturday. I know some mock drafts have Jason Huntley for New Mexico State going 7th round, possibly getting drafted. So I'm sure Saturday a lot of you guys are going to be tuning in to see if that happens. Which even if it doesn't, I'm sure he'll be a quick add-on. Somebody will sign him at least to like a practice squad just to give him a shot. It's not a good matchup right there. Yeah. You did your best, Clayton. I don't blame you, man. All right, we got a ball game, though. 15-14. Hopefully it will stay that way. Shizzy B! Sean Buchanan with the drive. Love the aggressiveness. I'm interested in seeing what he does after now that he's graduated. I know he's talked about wanting to be a coach. Maybe stay on the staff in New Mexico State or come back here eventually after he gets his resume up, Oh, tough take by Nikola Mirotic. But yeah, that guy is... You can just tell which players are going to go on to be coaches, And Sean's one of those guys for sure. Yeah, you got to pass that one up, Sean. That's not the move for you. Patty with the drive. Patty's been on that team forever, man. I've seen him so many times at like the grocery store and stuff like that in San Antonio. I used to see Kawhi all the time too. Like at HEB, which for those who aren't from Texas, HEB is the grocery store. He would never want to take pictures though. Because a lot of times he was with like his family and his girlfriend or something like that, so I don't blame him. I got a picture with him once though. But I think I only got a picture because I was with my little sister and he didn't want to say no to my little sister. Tim Duncan I would see all the time. We already got, is that Bryson, Tennessee in the game. That's so weird how they're putting him in so early. Like, oh no. You got this, Bryce? Okay, good try. Yeah, like I can, for those who don't know about 2K, you can set how many minutes each player is going to get. So I only have Bryson, Tennessee at 4 minutes a game. Okay. Okay, Bryce. Okay, then maybe that's why they're getting minutes in the game. Let me shut up then. And one for Bryce Freeball. Oh, gotta make the free throw. Gotta make the freebie, man. D up, Tennessee. I think what it is I have Sean Buchanan, his secondary position. Oh no, you got this, Bryce. Locked down. I have Sean Buchanan's secondary position on here as a small forward because technically that was his secondary position this season. He did play small forward, but I think I need to change that because he has no business playing small forward in the NBA. So yeah, I'll change that after this game. But for right now, that's what's letting both Bryce and Tennessee be on the court at the same time. Ooh. Bryce coming out guns blazing. You got this, CJ. Ooh. That touched all parts of the rim. What happened to Trey Lyles, man? He was really good in college. He's had some solid production with San Antonio, though, in like the short spurts he's been playing for him. Man, Bryce is attacking right now. Give it a little Steph Curry. That's already 3 shot attempts for Bryce. This man is... Yeah, he's working for those... He's trying to get some extra minutes on the court. Like I said, I dropped everybody's overalls a bit, so they're only... Him and Tennessee are only at a 70 right now. 70 or 71. But they're hooping. It's tough. Yep. Where were you going, Trev? I don't know what that was. All right, Tennessee, let's get it going. Pull up, Trev. It's tough. That's tough. You can just feel like this one's about to get away from them. They don't get something going. I feel like it's always the second quarter in these simulations where, oh, Bryce, step back. It's always the second quarter where one team really pulls away. Good block by Yvonne. CJ, coast to coast. Okay. So for those just tuning in, if you miss any of this live stream because you guys... Oh, and one by Yvonne. Big time. If you missed any of this live stream because you guys want to go to the NFL Draft, I am posting the unedited version of this live stream on the Straight Shooter YouTube channel. The link is in the description, so you can go and look at that. All right, we got the starters back in with CJ. Ouch. Yeah, you got to just get out of the way, Yvonne. DeRozan still got it, man. Oh, he's driving. Step back. Ah. I think Jabari's leading the team in points so far this season. It's either him or Yvonne. Oh, that's contested. Almost dropped it. All right. Barry going at him. Where's the foul, ref? You see the contact?
Why did Siri just get activated on my phone when I said that? That's funny.
Oh, that looked like straight up to me.
That looked like straight up. Aggie Dog 777. You think Jabari can be WAC Player of the Year next year?
I think he's going to have as good of a chance as any of the New Mexico State players, him and Johnny. My only thing is that New Mexico State isn't the type of system with Chris Jans where there's going to be one guy averaging like what you saw with Seattle's Terrell Brown or Cal Baptist's Milan Aqua. Like, the system isn't made for somebody to be averaging 20 points a night. You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot of maybe 13, 14 points per game for the top scorer. I think the talent is there, especially because Milan's going to be going to the draft. He actually just declared that yesterday, for those that hadn't heard. Terrell Brown left Seattle. He transferred to Arizona. I think Alessandro Lever right now at Grand Canyon, I would say, is the front runner because Carlos Johnson, the team's second leading scorer, just graduated. So he can be the guy that's going to average close to 20 points a night. But, yeah, I think the system's just hard at New Mexico State for there to be a real standout 20 points a night type scorer, you know? Which at the end of the day is what usually decides it. But we'll see, man. We'll see. He has as good a chance as anyone on the team for sure. I would say the best chances.
CT Howard says, I think he can.
Yeah, if we're talking like skill potential-wise, he definitely can. But like I said, I think that system is going to make it difficult. 2 for 10 for Bari so far. He's coming out aggressive, though. That's a drive. And one. Oof. Jabari's averaging 14 a night so far this season. Okay.
CT Howard, what new player are you guys most excited for next season? Yeah, feel free to sound off in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. For me, the newest player, I would say is probably going to be Marcus Watson. CJ Roberts says Aggie Dog 777. Yeah, CJ's up there too. CJ can immediately be the backup point guard
If AJ doesn't come back. I think he has a really similar game to Evan. But I think Watson's going to be a real impactful guy. Just because he actually brings some size at that guard spot. 6'6", he can play the shooting guard or the small forward. Just really athletic, strong, good finisher. I think he just needs to add a better jump shot. Just make his offensive game less predictable, you know? Because right now it's a lot of driving to the rim. But really, all three of those guys can be impactful, with Mayan Kerr also in the mix. That's what Jams does, though, man. They're not really the type of team that's going to recruit a big contributor right out of high school. They get a lot of these really good transfers, so yeah, they did their job for sure this offseason. And one from Evan. Big boy moves. New Mexico State just hanging around right now, man. 7-point game. That's all they got to do is hang around and then make their move. I've said it before, though, but I think the guy that's going to make the biggest jump in production this season is William McNair. I think they're not going to have a lot of depth at that center spot. He's going to get plenty of minutes. He has the size advantage most nights. It's just confidence with him, man. He just has to call for that ball down low. His rim protecting is the best on the team. Okay, Evan coming in that spark off the bench. We like to see it, man. CT Howard. I think I'm most excited for Marcus Watson, too. Yeah, I mean, 4-star recruit. I mean, CJ is a 4-star recruit, too. But just a lot of talent and potential. I wish we could have seen him play at Oklahoma State so that, we actually had some film on him at the college level. But you can just see, even from the high school highlights, like, the talent is there. The guy's a freak athlete. Bryce Rewalt in the building. Yo, yo, yo. Bryce, you already got an and one, man. You missed the free throw, though, but you got an and one. Oh, Evan. Evan, no. Forbes attack. Good rip by Terrell. That's that all-whack defensive team selection. The dish to the beast. Ill Will McNair. And it's only a 5-point game. Aggies were down by 10 at one point. We got a ball game again, guys. Looks like DeMar's going to get the shot here. Oh, kicks it out to Patty Green Light. Patty Mills. The Aussie. Ooh, he probably could have gotten a little bit closer there. We got 9 people on the stream now. I was saying, man, I'm expecting the numbers to be low these next couple of days because of the NFL draft, so I appreciate you guys for tuning in, really. Bryce said, when I missed the free throw, did the Spurs go after the rebound, or were they like Calvin Baptist? He says, LOL. Yeah, they got the board, man. It doesn't slide like that in the pros, unfortunately. Okay, got a couple more comments. Pojo Pops, I think. Jan's going to sign Jaquan Scott. I have not heard anything about Jaquan Scott. Aggie Dog 777. With the addition of CJ, if AJ becomes eligible, can you see Jans possibly sliding Gilliard to the 2? I mean, that's tough. I would think there's a better chance of probably CJ Roberts sliding to the 2 because he's 6'1" and Gilliard is what, 5'11". I mean, maybe. Yeah, I think it's going to be tough to put Evan at the 2 at 5'11". If that is a site, I'm assuming that's a site. But I mean, obviously, if AJ comes back, that's just a good problem to have, Let's see. Yeah, Evan's 5'10", so I think that's going to be a tough ask for him. But if AJ comes back, then Evan immediately becomes the 6th man and the go-to scorer, Because I would think if AJ comes back, Clayton is coming back as well. And then that would be AJ Harris, Jabari Wright. Oh my gosh! Treble and Queen. I almost left my seat for that one. Almost. But I would think it would be AJ,
Jabari, probably Clayton Henry, Johnny McCanson, William McNair. So I don't think there'll really be a need to move Evan to the 2 because I think he's going to have to come off the bench either way. But if that's the case, he's immediately 6-man spark plug off the bench. Like, he'll still have a role on this team without a doubt. CT Howard says, I was just going to mention that play, Bryce. That was hilarious. That was crazy. Bryce says, Tennessee told me to say what up, Justin. Hey, what up, man? What up, Tennessee? I appreciate y'all tuning in, man. I wish there were a way to get you guys more involved in this, man. Like the players in general. But like I said, for those that didn't see my tweet, for a player to get involved in this, I'd have to have a PlayStation and this. It's like a camera attachment that you have to buy for the PlayStation. It's like $45. So that's what you got. That's what you guys are seeing me right now. Yeah. So I mean, if they only needed a PlayStation, I'm sure a decent amount of players on the team have it. Because I would love to. Like right now, my face is in the box right here in the bottom left corner. I could put multiple boxes. So like, let's say if a player has the setup, they could be in like the top left corner, and we could both just be talking while the game's going on. Like I would love to do that, and just kind of make each episode like a Q&A with the player. But it's just a lot to ask for them to actually buy the equipment, you know. But if any of them have the equipment, I'm more than willing to have them on this live stream for sure. Hojo Pops. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Boho Pops? I don't know. Thoughts on Tarleton State and Dixie State joining the WAC? Yeah, I don't really see either of them hitting the ground running. Kind of like what we've seen out of Cal Baptist these past couple seasons. I think Dixie State is the one that was really high up in their division rankings, or the conference rankings. I think they were 23-7, whatever conference they're at in Division II, and they're bringing back a lot of their top scorers. Tarleton State is losing their top 2 scorers. They're both graduating, so I think they're going to hit some pretty hard times as soon as they come here because they're going to be in a bit of a rebuilding process looking for go-to scorers. So, yeah, don't really see either of the schools making an immediate impact, but you never know. You never know what's going to happen. I just think the loss of UMKC and Cal State Bakersfield is big. Those are 2 teams that would have been competitive next season for sure, especially Cal State Bakersfield. They were only graduating, I think, like one senior. They had so many guys that were juniors that were going to come back. And UMKC had some guys too, and really good size and 3-point shooting. So it's a shame that they're leaving, but we'll see what Tarleton State and Dixie State can do. Aggie Dog 777. Tarleton edition of BCG as coach is definitely a sell for T State. I'm not aware of that coaching edition. I probably should be. Let me see. Oh, Billy Gillespie. Yeah. Yeah, Texas A&M guy, man. Hojo Pops, you got it right. Okay, cool. Hojo. I haven't even really been looking at the score. We got. Oh my gosh, that was I'm about to see. Filthy.
You see, I was a little bit concerned because some of these like tendencies for the players is a little bit off. Like Yvonne shooting mid rangers. CJ's passing up like open threes in the corners. But Treble included, we got down because he is a rim rocker, man. And I'm glad to see that his 2K version is doing that. Four-point game, too. We got a good game, guys. This is the first time we've had a single-digit game in the third quarter. For those who haven't been following so far, New Mexico State has been winning by about an average of 20 points a night. Aggie Dog 777. How are you liking Las Cruces? I love Las Cruces. I genuinely do. I'm not just saying that. It reminds me a lot of home just because I am from Texas, and it's so similar with the weather. I actually grew up in Edinburgh, Texas, which isn't the biggest town, so this is just really familiar to me. And just the community, man. Like I always say, Aggie Nation is always so supportive, but really just all of Las Cruces. Like when I'm covering high school football, the parents are super nice to me. When I'm out getting groceries or something, like sometimes people will like stop and like go recognize me or something. People are always so nice. Las Cruces is great, man. It really is. Yeah, so I got no complaints whatsoever. I also came here from North Dakota, where it was about negative 30 degrees with wind chill at some point. So this is just perfect for me, man. I got no complaints weather-wise. And also, if I want to go back to Texas, it's a 30-minute drive to El Paso, you know, which I go out there pretty often, actually. Not recently, because Texas has been really bad with the pandemic, but yeah, no, it's perfect here. Five-point game, folks. Edinburgh, Texas, UTRGV, says Peljo Pops. Yes, sir. That's both of my parents went to school at UTRGV. Although they were UT Pan American at the time, the Broncos. Oh, the no-look dime from AJ. Yeah, I was literally a 5-minute walk from UTRGV. My house was just right next to the campus. So, whole lot of friends going to UTRGV now, or just graduated recently because I'm 2 years out of college. Not too many people happy when they change from the Broncos to the Vaqueros. Not too many people happy. I don't know if you guys know the story about it. You might, since they're a WAC team, but they were the Vaqueros, and the university originally had said, we're going to let the students choose our new mascot when we do our rebranding. And they had a bunch of different mascot ideas that the students got to pick, and then they held like a poll. I forgot what the other ones were, but Vaqueros was like dead last in votes. Nobody wanted Vaqueros whatsoever. And the school said, you know what, on second thought, it's not up to the students, we're just going to go with Vaqueros. So, yeah, not too many people in that area were happy that was the name. It just doesn't sound as cool, you know? And UTRGV, or UT Pan American, when they were the Broncos, had this really cool Bronco statue out in like the middle of campus. It looked super cool. So they had to take that down and everything. Just not too many people happy about the rebrand. Oh. Chill, Clayton, man. Chill. Statcaster, is this my league? Yes, sir. My league on 2K20. So for those who want to recreate this team,
If you have you have to have a PlayStation. I didn't make it for Xbox because I don't have an Xbox. You go to My League, create an expansion team, and you're gonna do like an expansion draft, kind of like what they had with hockey a couple years ago. And what I did is I just drafted like a bunch of 60 overalls, just like no-name guys, and I released them from the team to where I had an empty roster, and then I signed these created New Mexico State players from free agency. So yeah, if you want to recreate this team, you can find the roster by searching NMSU roster. NMSU is in all caps, then roster. That's how you can get the team. And then to find the jerseys and the court, because I did the Pan American Center, you just search my gamer tag, which is JMart956. So that's capital J, capital M, lowercase ART underscore 956. 956 is Edinburgh. It's the Valley area code. Oh, Statcaster, did you add more college teams or just this one in my league? Yeah, I just did this one because this one took me 10 hours straight. I really wanted to do the entire whack, but first of all, you can only do 6 expansion teams, which I guess works now because I could have taken out Cal Baptist and UMKC. But yeah, it would have taken me 10 hours for each of those teams. And then also, I don't really know the teams enough. Like, I know obviously who's on the Cal Baptist team, but when I'm going through and putting in the attributes for these guys, like, there are some really obscure skill sets that I have to rate on a scale of 1 to 100. Like, I got to do your post hook fade. I got to do your like, just all these really crazy things, your intangibles, your strength, stuff like that. And I don't know enough about the rest of the whack to do that. So I just stuck with New Mexico State. Statcaster says, sweet, that's awesome. I'm from Texas too. Oh, really? Where in Texas, man? Always great to see another Texan. Yeah, let me know where. Pojo Pops. Where was a finalist for UTRGV job that Hill got? Somebody said Judas. Or he said Judas in parentheses when he said Weir. That's funny. That's interesting though. I didn't know that. Judas. I got no comments on that. Austin, Texas. I'm a UT alum, man. Texas Longhorns, class of 2018. ATX, yes sir. Sports or Statscaster were actually a sports company. No way, ST. Also 2018, really? That's insane. Who knows? I might have run into you, man. That's insane. What are the odds? Yeah. My major was journalism. So, yeah, sports journalism. What about yourself? Don't tell me you were, PR? I took a lot of PR classes. Because, you know, you got to, like, take classes that are electives and stuff. I took a lot of PR. Moody School, yeah, Moody College. So we were in the same building. We definitely ran into each other at some point then. Because if you were like a business major, I probably wouldn't have run into you since it's like other side of campus, you know. But if you were Moody College, we definitely ran into each other. What's your name, by the way? Aggie Dog 777. Texas beat NMSU in the NCAAs with Durant back in the day. Yes, sir, they did. Yes, sir, they did. That boy Kevin Durant, man. He still shows up at UT every now and then. He showed up at the gym, I think, like a year or two ago. Statcaster name is Jay. Good to meet you, man. Feel free to follow me on Twitter, at Jay the Sports Dude. I'll give you a follow back. Pojo Pop says 6th Street. Oh, yeah. He knows what's up. 6th Street. I got some blurry memories of 6th Street. I'm just going to leave it at that. Once I was 21, of course, you know. Awkward sip of the water. You follow me here. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, let me give you a follow back. That's crazy. I actually ran into somebody else that was from Austin a couple months ago when I was getting my haircut. There's a decent amount of Texans that came over to New Mexico. But I haven't seen too many actual UT alums, so that's sick. All right, let's see, man. It's comeback time for the Aggies. Down 9. Yeah, Jade the sports dude. That's right. I made that nickname or handle, I think, like my freshman year of college, and it just stuck. It's not looking good for New Mexico State. Can they stay undefeated with a late comeback here? Down 11. Just follow me, sick. I'll give you a follow back, man. Johnny with the board. Green. All right, I just followed you back. Oh, you're streaming the rest of the NBA season on 2K20? Oh, you're doing a lot of Twitch stuff. That's sick. Yeah, I'll give you a follow back on here too, man. Y'all make sure to follow, check out Statcaster here on Twitch. If you want to see a bunch of professional sports sims, that's sick, man. You're doing Madden games, NHL. That's dope. Aggie Dog 777. Do you hoop? I did. I did hoop in high school. I was a 5'9" center in Edinburgh, Texas. That kind of gives you a sense of the skill level of the team. Yeah. And when I moved to San Antonio my junior year, immediately had to make the switch to point guard. So I played for about half a season and then made the switch to journalism. But I still hoop every now and then. I haven't been able to find a court here in Cruces, unfortunately. But yeah, I still hoop when I get the chance or whenever I go back to San Antonio. Nothing crazy though, skill-wise. Statcaster, if you get a PS4, we should stream together, man. Yeah, I'm down. I'm on a PS4 right now. For sure. I'll reach out to me on Twitter. Just DM me and we'll set something up for sure. Lord knows I got time nowadays, man, so I'm up for it. That'd be crazy if we stream and I actually recognize your face, because I don't recognize the name Jay, but I probably would recognize faces a little bit better than names. How often do I stream? I actually just made this Twitch just for this little experiment. So I'm going to be streaming every night for the next month, because I did a 30-game season here for New Mexico State. And yeah, one game every night at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. So I'm just getting used to this whole Twitch stuff. But I like it, though. I might even keep streaming stuff after this season is over. A big defensive stop. All right, they need a bucket here. Starters coming in. Final push. Yeah, how often? Yeah, every night, man. Final push, guys. All right, let's get it, Trev. We finally got our close ball game, folks, but is it too close for comfort? Turn around. Oh, there's that putback by Trev. Clutch. 5-point game, 6 minutes left. Same here. We started to just stream to grow the company, but we'll probably keep it up once sports are back. Yeah, that's awesome. For sure. We'll set something up. Oh, no, we don't like this matchup. There we go. This one's much better. You know it's a turnaround. Good contest. All right.
Derek White with the ball. Jabari, lockdown. No, sir. No way. Yvonne with the board. Find him. Timeout Spurs. We have a 3-point ball game. 3-point ball game. With 5:45 left, man. It just got interesting.
Aggie Dog 777. What do you think is Trev's ceiling in the NBA?
That's tough. I think he's got the NBA size. I really do. I think his best chance at having a real advantage would be probably making the switch to the shooting guard spot. I think he has the size for it. Because small forward, he's listed as 6'6", but I really think he's more like around 6'5". So I think 6'5" at the small forward spot is going to immediately limit his potential. So I would say making the switch to the shooting guard spot would help a lot. And then after that, you never know, man. Definitely the system he's going to go to is going to help a lot too. So it's hard to say. But I mean, if you're a natural scorer with athleticism and size at your position, then you can make a long career, without a doubt.
About to go grab some canes, but I'll keep this on for you and DM you our gamer tag. Appreciate that, Statcaster. I love canes. I go to canes like once a week because I used to go all the time at UT. It was, or you know this, but at UT they had one that was 24/7. Like it was open all night. Here I think it closes at 1 a.m. That's like one of the main things that I miss about canes in Austin.
Yeah, Canes being 24 hours was so clutch in college, man. That and Kirby Lane on campus. All right, we need a bucket here. Trev. Oh, no, Trev, that's tough. Get that board, Jabari. Oh, he's pulling it. Let's go. Big time bucket. Jabari Rice. 4-point game with 3:40 left. Catch and shoot, man.
Hojo Pops says no canes in Albuquerque. That's a struggle, man. I don't know if I could do it. I genuinely don't.
Canes is my thing, man. I might even go get some canes after this. Good defense by Trev.
The shot clock violation. Aggie Dog says 777. Chick-fil-A over canes. Okay, Aggie Dog. Now you're getting too far here. You're saying things that you don't mean. I get that it's a close game. You're getting caught up in the moment. You know what I mean? But don't say stuff you don't mean, Aggie Dog. Canes is significantly better than Chick-fil-A, my guy. It just is. It just is. That was UVU type shot.
Honestly, same spot. Same spot. Catch and shoot, man. Oh, here we go. Pass that up, Trev. No! Why is he holding it? Oh, man. All right, there's still time. 2:45 left, down 4, plenty of time. We need this stop, though. Look at that, DeJounte's gas. That's what that little Gatorade cup means, for those that don't know. All right, lockdown. You know that fader's coming. Good rip by Yvonne. Spurs ball with 3.4 left. Okay.
They need that stop here. Aggie Dog. Chick-fil-A sucks.
Chick-fil-A's good, but Canes is just, I don't know. I think I just have a sentimental just attachment to it. Good defense. Oh, my goodness. DeJounte Murray.
CT Howard says, nah, I'm with Aggie Dog.
Just when I was starting to like you, CT. Just, man, I thought we were getting somewhere here, you know? No, Chick-fil-A is good, though. Oh, kick out. Good board, though. Green! 4-point game, folks. The Aggies are still alive with 2 minutes left. NFL draft has just started at 6 o'clock, but I think we'll be good because they're going to probably talk for a little while before the first pick. All right, Trev with the rip. Transition. Is he taking it for himself? Clutch. 2-point game.
Aggie Dog 777 says my guy. I'm assuming the CT.
2-point game. You know it's a fader. That's a good contest. Oh, no. Rudy Gay. It's not a dagger, but that one hurts. 5-point game, folks. Can the Aggies pull out the victory? Jabari driving. That's a foul. Okay. 4th foul for Rudy Gay. I don't know Jabari's free throw percentage. I want to say he was high 70s, but I don't know.
Someone said they're going to get plastered with their laser tag team. Bye.
Drink responsibly, my guy. All right, big free throws by Jabari. You need them both. Make it one possession. First one's up. 4-point game, folks. 4-point game. The redshirt sophomore at the time, because this is last season, with the stakes at their highest point, the free throw is up. 3-point game, folks. 3-point game. With a minute 15 lockdown defense. Can they do it? Aldridge with the ball. He puts the move on Yvonne. That's a bucket. That's a bucket, man. That's a bucket. All right. Every possession is a must-have at this point. No room for error. Oh, that's a drive. Clean block by DeJounte. DeMar with the ball, transition, and that's a slam. And one. Good game, folks. That'll do it. That'll do it. The San Antonio Spurs are looking good right now. About to make it an 8-point lead. A dagger by DeMar DeRozan. The block by DeJounte on the other end. Even though they lost, man, I think we finally found the point where our games are going to be close now. After all this adjusting, I think we have the formula on lock now, I think. Because this was an exciting game, man. You hate for it to be a loss, but this is an exciting game. Trev with the ball, quick bucket. Foul. Aggies are in the bonus now. Man, I would have loved to have seen them with the ball down one possession. Free throw's good by Trev. I mean, I guess you got to start fouling immediately. Because if you wait 24 seconds, yeah. Got to start fouling now.
Bryce says that's a tough L, man. I know. Oh, and then DeJounte.
Hard fought battle. Hey, 3-1 on the season, though, is not bad so far. It is not bad. Last second shot. Might as well with Yvonne for 3. And the San Antonio Spurs have earned a 78-70 victory over the New Mexico State Aggies, who fall to 3-1 on the season. Tough game in a hostile environment, but New Mexico State could not prevail. Nothing to be ashamed of, though. That was a fantastic game. We finally got a close one, guys. It only took 4 attempts. Let's take a quick look at the stats for those interested right before. I know we got the draft starting up right now, so we're going to get this out the way quick. DeMar was 17 points, 3 boards. Rudy Gay with 11, and then 2 guys at 10 points, DeJounte and Jakob Poeltl, 8 boards for him. Aggies, Jabari Rice, 13 and 7, but 5 for 22 shooting. That's tough, man. Also 13 points for both Trev and Yvonne. Yvonne with a double-double, 13 and 12. Johnny with 10 and 7. And not much else after that. Alrighty, guys. That is going to do it here, though. I appreciate all the opportunity. Copyright music. I always forget. Appreciate all of y'all for tuning in, man. I'm going to put a poll out on Twitter to let me know what time you guys think we should have this tomorrow, because the NFL draft tomorrow is at, let me see. NFL draft tomorrow is at 5 p.m. Mountain Time. So maybe do we want to make it 6 like the normal one? I think 4 might be too early. I'll put out a poll. I'm going to say right now, let's have it as 6 p.m. unless I send out a tweet saying otherwise. So 6 p.m. Mountain Time tomorrow. It is going to be a game against the Atlanta Hawks. That should be an interesting one with Trae Young. Make sure to tune into that. If you want to catch any of this, the full unedited version of this game will be on my YouTube channel, the Straight Shoot channel. Link is in the description below, so please go give that a subscription. I would really appreciate it, guys. Give me a follow here on Twitch or on Twitter at JTheSportsDude. You guys are the best. I will see you all tomorrow at 6.